So I'd love for you to recap for us. You know, it's been this great 7-day journey to recap kind of the highlights, the things you really want to make sure we take away.
Yes, I feel like maybe this is the end of the course, but I want this to be just the beginning for everyone else to eating stronger, moving stronger, and feeling stronger. And we've incorporated 3 strong moves, the squat, the deadlift, and the push-up, and then 3 strong ways of looking at your food groups. So you have your strong fats, your strong proteins, and your strong carbs, which are mainly vegetables, because I know people already eat quite a few carbohydrates. I just want them to incorporate more vegetables into their life.
I think that's
so awesome. I feel like a lot of my clients in the past, or a lot of people have a negative feeling about nutrition and exercise. They think, oh, it's a chore, it's something that's, it's just too overwhelming. And I really just want this to be joyous and fun and joyful. You know, I want you to come away from this thinking, gosh, that really wasn't that hard at all. And actually doing these things makes me feel so much better.
Yeah. So on that, if someone did this course, because I know I've been through this experience, and maybe it wasn't as easy, maybe it wasn't as natural, what would you suggest?
I love that question, because I know when I did my first yoga class even, I immediately fell in love with it, but I have a lot of students who will come and they're not so crazy about it. And then they start coming back, and then a few weeks later they're just like, oh my gosh, I'm getting past that plateau, that edge of this is so uncomfortable, I'm actually really enjoying it. And I totally get it. I understand that's going to be that way for a lot of people. So I just encourage you to do the course again. Maybe check back in a couple weeks, or do the course with a different mindset and try other fats this time, a different strong fat, or try things that you'll find all of a sudden it resonates with you. It doesn't have to be so one way or another way. I really love the flexibility in our lifestyle, and if you think of all the variety and choices that you have out there, there's a million things that you can choose from. So maybe a particular protein doesn't work for you, try another one. Or come back to your squats, you know, in a couple weeks. Or try a really, really basic move, do it once or twice, and then add 5 the next day and 10 the next week. And
I think that's really great, because I think that, I know from my experience and a lot of our users that, you know, some of these habits may take some time to form, just like you're talking about yoga, and earlier we were talking, you mentioned the jogging, right? It seems like an easy thing, but I can tell you the first time I went for a jog and find it.
You feel so out of breath, and you're like, look at these runners, how do they make it look so easy? Yes, and then you go out a couple times, more and more, and the next thing you know, it just feels really amazing, and you love it. And then it becomes, again, that habit. So, you know, don't beat yourself up, because it can take a while to start to incorporate these habits, but have fun with it. Constantly think about, okay, I'm sitting here, I'm at the restaurant with my friends, and I want to find a really great, strong meal that's going to make me feel amazing today, tomorrow, for the rest of my life.
I think that's great. Would you suggest that, you know, if as I look at a day, that every day you try to do maybe one of the moves at a minimum, and 100%. Try to kind of choose something that's really strong to eat?
To eat, whether it's even at breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I know a lot of times breakfast is a meal that people have a hard time incorporating their proteins in, and then you try and eat too much protein at night, and your body can really only digest about 30 grams of protein at a time. So maybe you have fun that way. You go, oh, you know what? I'm going to try my strong proteins in the morning this week and see how it makes a difference in my moods. And then do my strong veggies at night. Or it's really fun. It's about playing around with it and experimenting with it and see what works for you. Maybe push-ups first thing in the morning give you that great boost and you love it. Maybe you hate it. Maybe you love to do push-ups when you're watching Seinfeld. Find what works for you, but realize again, it can be so effortless, and it can just fit right into your life.
Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you for taking us through this, and I'm excited to keep it as part of our lives.